Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Detroit Lions. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Move your drag, move your set. Right.
First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And this will be a Falcons first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free, but we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run with Robinson. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Robinson, a 3-yard loss. Fourth down now.
One word comes to mind to me after that last play, and that's alert. That defense took a chance guessing the snap count, and they were so right. Got great push up front, and that forces 4th and goal.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Robinson. And this time he is in. Bijan Robinson with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point up and good by Folk. And it's now a 7-0 game. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Cup 19! Cup 19! Here we go! Here we go! Cowboy 8!
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Bronco switch. Come on, come on. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll run for the first time to the speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he is going to lose yardage here.
He was taken down.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. The Lions had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful.
They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
Well, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
From the gun, here's Fields. And this is going to be incomplete. You talk about this Lions defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? Or what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
14 yards. And the Falcons first down.
Out of the gun, Fields. Short throw caught by Pitts. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Fields now to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground with Robinson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
Here we go.
Now Fields. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 16. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
Falcon first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Fields going to keep it running right. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Justin Fields, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score.
Falcons 14.
Folk connects on the extra point. And it's now 14-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Come on. Set. 60 in. Check. Let go.
Gibbs straight ahead. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
It's 3rd and 7.
60 by 60 by. Ready.
To throw is Downs. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready. 19 Tiger, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Back to throw Downs. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. James Pierce. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
They'll pitch it out to Gibbs here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And Dobbs is going to be swallowed up as he'll go down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
He'll try and do this himself. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled. Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Extend. Go.
Here's Fields. Pass the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A very solid gain of 27.
First and 10.
Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Fields. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Fields. He's going to be sacked back to the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. And this one is incomplete. Detroit was up for the chance. Challenge through the air. They force a fourth down. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Easy.
They snap it to Fields. And it'll be intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. He'll try to put, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shamar Stewart gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
331, 331. Go.
That one caught by Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Falcons. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point has been good by Folk. And that makes the score 21-0.
Lions nothing.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they... This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, 65 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Chip Slant. Hey, Cam. Up, let's go. Here we go. 58, you see that?
Here's Fields. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Down the right sideline. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 33 yards that time.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going. And we'll see.
Touchdown, Falcons! Tyreek Hill. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons take a 3-touchdown lead.
The kick is good.
Folk connects on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Let's go. 60. Ready.
Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. first down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
There's Dobbs to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
At the 43-yard line.
Cup 19, Cup 19, Dragon 60, Cougar 19. Ready, right?
Dobbs is throwing. Looking left side, and it's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
14 yards. Brings up third
They are
down.
in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Come on, set.
Now Dobbs. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
It's fourth down.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
That is caught. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons! Tyreek Hill on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons are able to add on to their first-half lead. Extra point up and good by Folk. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Lions 7.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Let's go. 70 line, 65 cat, 65 cat.
Now Dobbs. In trouble, and he's taken down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts
A loss of 10 yards.
as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
10 yards on
His
the
position,
pickup.
and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game.
Here we go, Scott.
Now it's Fields. Going up top. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Up. Right.
To throw is Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A final shot before the break. Fields. This is caught. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Here we go. Oh, hurry up. Right.
Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
The kick is good.
Full connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Inside the 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Now Folk for the extra point. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play, and they'll accept that penalty. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Looking to put a drive together.
Street. Hey.
Throwing after the interception. Dobbs. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. James Pierce picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Buffalo 18. 60 Eagles. Hey, smash Broncos.
Dobbs. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. Finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion. That's got to be a sigh of relief.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Looking to throw. Fields. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Number 1. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Green 19. Yep.
And London, the motion man right.
Right.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Fields. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
To throw is Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Gibbs. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process.
The 35-yard line.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw, it's Rodgers. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
At the Falcons' 2-yard line.
Off the option, that's complete. And in for the Lions, touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. claw one back. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
The Lions will set up.
Rodgers will throw for it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad.
Lions 15.
I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They won more. Here comes an onside kick. Oh, did the Lions get it? Yes, they recovered. Well, I guess they felt like they needed something to get them going. Maybe you wait for this type of a play, but they try the onside kick, and it works.
I'm starting to wonder if the analytics coach is starting to get involved in the football nowadays. When you see this type of play made, this type of a risk taken, sometimes there's a different influence that's going into the head coach's ear.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense just continues to bomb up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits up.
Touchdown, Detroit! Jahmyr Gibbs, 49 yards. And the Lions get a bit closer. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They won more. Here comes an onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons and hands team able to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
He's into space past the 25. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Robinson up the middle. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Again, it'll be Robinson. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Falcons have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
56.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Throwing now is Rodgers. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Check 30. Blue 58. Get 300. Get 300. White left.
Now Rodgers. That'll be caught by St. Brown. There'll be a gain of just a yard. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
18.
Now Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Hey, let's go. 319, just cut.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. On play action, Fields. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Here we go. 319,
Now Fields. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Easy. Chip slip. Hey, never mind. Here we go. 222. Hey, can.
They snap it to Fields. Into space at the 45. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been
slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Handoff now to Robinson. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Fields now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd down, here's the option. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Tonight.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Lions will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Rodgers now to throw. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Here's Rodgers to throw. pressure ball in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. That's the NFL vet Calais Campbell coming in and dragging him down.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Here we go, Scott. Green 19, Jesse Tech.
Back to throw, Fields. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Now, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
2nd and 1 at the 44-yard line.
Oh, he fakes the spike. And that is going to wind up incomplete, so they tried to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out.
I guess it's time to date myself a little bit because I remember Dan Marino running a similar play to this on a Monday night game against the Jets way back when. He's going to fake the spike and hope that the defense lets its guard down, but they were alert there, and this ends up incomplete.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
And the Lions.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
49-yard line.
Here's Rodgers. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And they'll set up shop right near midfield. this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick them off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
174 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Oh, design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
Those big ends don't really care what the play call is. Big pass, RPO, handoff, whatever. Their job, get behind the line of scrimmage every play and run down whoever has the ball. Mission accomplished there.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Here we go. Go.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And this play comes to a hold at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Here we go, son.
Here we go on 4th down. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone.